That's the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to unbreakable.
Today.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. Wonder what he did with it.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try. Touchdown! A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. It's now 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 13 carries, 138 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. He'll buy some time right. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some time.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Garrett Wilson, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, 79 yards. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense.
He's got a man, complete. A big play here for Buffalo, 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. The numbers on the ground for Carter a week ago. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Carter. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A give up the middle to Carter. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drives 7 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A give running right is Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Smith now to throw. Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Here's Blake Gillikin now. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run with Carter. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To the air, Allen. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 39 yards there, a big one.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Allen again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The New York set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st and 10, Smith got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Running left, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up. He's got daylight. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline, or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Smith. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make it?
It got his man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Bills have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New York set to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now 2nd and 5. On the draw, it's Hall. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fielded just inside the 20. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On play action, Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 45. Mike, 45. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On play action, Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now, after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing is Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Smith. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
To throw, it's Allen. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills extend their lead yet again. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Smith. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Smith throwing again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Jets. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to at least get one score back. Extra point splits the uprights. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Allen off the play fake.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
They'll try the left side with Carter.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Now Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
from the gun on third down. Smith over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of, but when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Allen now on 1st down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. An even 90 yards. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the... Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the INT, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Running left on the handoff, Carter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Carter once more. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one...
He's got a man, complete. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The New York set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a Contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now it's Smith. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 5.
Throwing now is Allen. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Again, it's Allen. This is caught. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This then uses motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This offense so far on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. Mike, check. 59.
Here's Smith. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Smith. Completes it to Fitzgerald. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Smith. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevens. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check 45 to the mic. Check 45 to the mic. Let's go.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, here's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Inside the 10, and he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
The New York set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Brandon Smith in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
And as this defense walks up.